Hey nigga, get on the street, nigga. Oh shit.
Wait, he wasn't even go nowhere.
Okay. Hey, what's up, man? It's Capt, man. What's the name of your shit again?
Oh!
Nach TV, right? It's like
that's racist. Yeah. That's racist.
Hey man, this is Captain Zaryak Advice with BK on Commander Jenny Holler, man. Make sure y'all check out Nach TV, man, for the flyers, interviews, videos, exclusive content. You want to make sure you tune in. Nach TV.
Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them go. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper free. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Told them boys we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods.
Dominance TV, baby. Get it live. Get the Nach TV. Okay? We doing it live up here in Philly. Worldwide, Nach TV. Coming to a station near you. Damn right. What's that great?
Beat, I ride that bitch like a horse. She about to go dumb. Yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this low. Told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know the nigga.
Alright, we back with the captain himself, Captain Ahsh. You know what I mean? If you could, I want to tell the people who you are, where you from.
I'm Captain of 13,000 Ahsh Ahparayam.
Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out.
Originally out of Bronx, New York, but represent Puerto Rico. Been living there for like 20 years if you add everything up together. So, coming into the truth back in 2007 was when I first got in contact with the school, but if we take it back to One West, that's where it originally started for me.
Alright, so if you could, alright, so first of all, can you take us back to Captain Ahsh in like middle school, high school? Can you take us back to that Captain Ahsh?
Okay, I can't go deep in high school because I left high school.
Oh, dang, okay.
I'm a dropout.
Oh, man, I was about to drop out in 12th grade.
You know, I did it in 9th.
So
But it wasn't easy growing up in the Bronx at the time. In those days, we're not talking about the crack era.
Right.
We're talking about the Bronx, late 70s, early 80s. Damn near every community in the Bronx at the time was so decimated. I'm talking about literally. You can look. You know, if you in the Bronx at the time, you can stand at the tallest building and go looking north, south, east, west, and there were tons of abandoned buildings everywhere. You know, it looked like literally like fighter planes came in and just dropped bombs everywhere. So you can imagine what it's like for somebody like myself growing up in such conditions. And I was a kid, so I didn't quite understand why was things like this. But on top of that, I'm seeing people always high, but it didn't understand why. You had a bunch of drunk. You had your heroin that was big in those days. You know, there was cocaine addicts too, but they were like the upper class. You know, so that as a kid, that's my elementary, junior, high school years. So that's what it was like growing up in the Bronx in those days.
So you from South Bronx?
Yep.
The South Bronx.
South Bronx. Yep.
All right. So were you familiar with the whole KRS-One movement and all of that?
It wasn't a movement, man. It was just something. It was just something to give us, you know, like it made the Bronx feel like, no, we got something. Because you know what it was. Even though hip hop started in the Bronx, you know. But you had Queens coming out with some nice stuff.
Right.
You had Brooklyn coming out with some nice stuff.
Right.
You had Strong Island coming out with some nice stuff.
Shout out to Strong Island.
You know what I'm saying? And then here you got KRS, who originally from Brooklyn, but he represented the Boogie Down so well, we took him in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's what it was. But Kumo D.
Right. Oh, Kumo. Cat, you don't know about no Kumo D.
We don't. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So you was in middle school, high school, and it was just all crack needles, and it was an epidemic going on.
I'm gonna tell you like this. So the high school years that I should have been in high school, I went and started living on my own. And that's when it exploded up in the Bronx. And not just the Bronx, everywhere.
Right.
Like literally, when I say literally, hear me good. 1986 to 1988, 88, 89. Straight up and down. We would sit on the steps to see who was the next person going to get shot. Because it was every day. I'm talking about, listen to me good. It was every single day somebody was getting shot, whether it be 12 a.m., 12 p.m., it didn't matter. So we got so immune to it, we thought we was watching movies like Commando and stuff like that.
Hill Street Blues.
Listen, that's yeah, I can tell you, I witnessed people getting killed in front of me, even as my daughter's age. So you can imagine what it was like, but does that make my story unique? No, there ain't nothing special about it. We've all been there. We've all been down that road.
Right.
I'm just telling you what, in my time, what it was, which obviously is still the same thing going on today.
So how? Okay, so are you seeing that at such a young age? How did it influence you, or what did it influence you to do? What does that lifestyle create?
It created me just to be scared of the world and not. My brain was like, well, I'm a nobody, and that's all I was ever gonna be, a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to bring this part up, but. Just imagine no support system at home, and we'll leave it at that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was no kind of support system. And, so as I got older, I wasn't expecting much. I was just living between earth and sky.
All right, so now you go into what you would not call a high school era, but your high school years of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what like high school, college years of life. Like, what did that entail for you? Like, what was you going into?
Okay, well, like I said, if we talk about like 17, 18, 19, of course, like all of us, we turn to the streets, like, but with me, unlike, I'm gonna tell you something. There was one part that I did join Zulu Nation, but what I didn't like about it was like I'm not the type that like starting fights with people like that just because. For me, there gotta be a real reason, like. What I'm doing now is an actual real reason. That's why I'm hot with it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know I got a purpose and a cause.
Right.
But in those days, my battle was Philly blunts and cocaine and purple haze. And, you know what I'm saying? Just like every nigga in the hood.
Right.
That was me.
Right.
Of course, I was doing that while handballing, and I was nice with it.
Oh, you was handballing, Cat?
Listen. One hand.
One hand.
Listen, there was a reason because I had an injury, but I got nice with one hand.
He had the slap shot.
Listen, I don't want to brag, but I got people plenty mad at me.
All right, so how did you find the UPK in the mess of life that we call life?
Well, this is what happened, right? Okay, I know maybe once, twice. In the younger years, I might have, because I'm young, I don't understand. I might have seen the camp, but didn't understand.
Right.
Another time I was at the hospital, and I seen these dudes, and they didn't want to be with me because of my light complexion. They were like, blah, 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 blah. But as it progressed during the night in the hospital, one of them realized, hold up, this ain't a white boy. He realized that, right? But me, I'm not knowing that this is ISUPK, or these brothers are from ISUPK. I didn't know. To me, I was just doing it because one of my kids was sick.
Right.
Boom. And they knew that what made them change their mind about me, because I stepped to them in a way like, oh, well, why you treat my kid like this and blah, 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 So that's when they seen something in me that was not like what they thought it was. Anyway, move forward. I'm 20, came back from Puerto Rico, living in New York again. And then I hear, put it like this. I watch on a news clip some talk about nuclear explosion, right? And this is straight up reality. So I'm hearing this on the news, and at the same time, people were coming up to me talking about this and that, the Bible, other religions, and I was one to be like, yo, if it ain't in the Bible, I'm not gonna believe you,
right?
Because I hated religion. I just was, to me, it was boring,
right? Come on.
So then one day I'm on Fordham Road. I'm gonna tell you exactly what.
Shout out Fordham Road.
I was on Webster Avenue, Fordham Road. No, excuse me, Grand Concourse and Fordham Road.
Right.
Across the way, there was a jewelry shop. This store used to be Alexander's, and then they changed it. No, yeah, it was Alexander's. Then it became Caldor's years later, and at the bottom they had put a Jewelry 2000. And at that Jewelry 2000, opposite direction, you had across the street a place that they sell hot dogs and pizza, right? Real famous.
Right.
Across the other way, there was a movie theater, but where they sold the hot dogs, there was another movie theater. Here they had this camp right here. And the brother that was teaching was talking about a nuclear explosion that's in the Bible. That I pumped my brakes right there and like, hold up. What? Run that back? And he said, yeah, don't you know that World War III is in the Bible? What? You know, and I just stood off on it because I'm like, yo, yeah. And in my mind, you know what I was saying to myself? Well, you did say if it's not in the Bible, you weren't going to believe it.
Right.
But here's this dude reading it right out the Bible. Listen, describing the effects of a nuclear explosion, describing the you know, like that, what is like a mushroom
cloud kind of
in the Bible. I'm like, yo. That moment right there, and I was going through some marriage problems too. That right there made me stop to listen. But then the guy gave me a flyer and he was like $3. I'm like, yo, why you charging me $3 when this word should be free? You know, that's what I told him. Not realizing later that yeah, he was right for doing that. Of course, in my ignorance, I'm like, yo, nah, forget that. It took another argument, and the chick broke out. Went back to Puerto Rico, and now I'm all busted up. And I hear the brother again. This time, if I tell you who it was, I'll tell you off camera who it was, right? But there was an Ephraimite also that day teaching. His name was Malakwa, right? He was teaching, and then he started talking about Puerto Rico in the Bible. I'm like, what? Yeah, and he said, yeah, don't you know that Puerto Ricans and blacks or Negroes, we actually blood relatives? And you know, I was like, yo, I always thought that. I said to himself, didn't know why, but I always thought that. Right? When he bringing that out and then putting scriptures, I'm like, oh, okay. I went to the first class. Boom, boom, boom. And then I stopped going and years passed by. So now I got gray hairs, or almost gray hairs. I'm in Puerto Rico at this time. And like something in me was like, yo, you know, everything you do, people ain't messing with you because every time you're always bringing up God and you're always bringing up the Bible and you know what you're doing is wrong. And I was like, yo, I gotta reach out, man. If you allow me back in, I'll go back in, and I won't turn back. Guess who I connected first with?
Who's that?
General Kubalama.
Shout out General Q. Big shout out General Q.
Boom. So he hit me up on that YouTube comment section. I hit him back up. Next thing you know, some time went by. And we still connected like that. Then he told me I was going to be assigned an officer to start teaching me. And guess who was the officer teaching me at the time?
Who's that?
General Hazard Young.
General
Hazard Young. Every week we had a class. I remember one day I kept him on the phone night till the sun came up. And that's how determined he was. Yeah,
that's an excellent brother.
Yeah, listen,
excellent brother.
You don't know General Hazard Young. Shout out to you, sir.
Big shout out to
But you know, shout out to Commanding General Hazard, General Mayak, because what they put into these men, is what it's always been. One West.
Right.
It's always been that. You know what I'm saying? So here we are now, and today, right? Because of them making that kind of sacrifice. Like, who does that? Who actually sacrificed their time when he could have been doing something else? But like, you know what? We had our lesson. Call me this day again. Boom, and they left it at that. But nah, General Haas stood on that phone with me. And every time I had any issue, it was always him that I gave a call to. Boom, 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 and that's right now. Because of that, now I could do the same thing for Officer Magana in Puerto Rico.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of that, you know what I'm saying? And more brothers to come, you know what I'm saying? Even right now.
So now you become officer, you become what you become, and you start to flourish and you start to make your city great or your domain great. What was that journey like? Because we know you over a few captains and
Right.
and officers.
So this is me. I'm like this. I'm humble.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm humble because the fact is I should be dead, such as every last one of it.
Right.
We should be dead. So to me, I'm just grateful to Wadi Hawa Shai, Commanding General Hunter, Isupk, all the generals and captains. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's over me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just massively grateful for being part of this. Because, like I always say, I was freely killing myself for nothing, for no reason. Now, if there's a bullet out there with my name, let it be in the truth. You know what I'm saying? If there's a noose for my neck, let it be in the truth. I'd rather die for a purpose on my feet than to be a coward dying for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I got gray hairs. At least I know when I die, you know what I'm saying? I'm humble. I'm not going to say, yeah, I left a mark. Nah, listen, when I die, I die.
Right.
But at least I could die knowing, hey, you did what you could. The Lord gave you that opportunity and the water. You know, if Christ don't come back, yeah, I hope I started young versus old. Straight up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
With intensity.
Right.
Because I would love to, you know, if we could reverse time, I would love to, you know, remember me when I first got it and stuck around. You know, because then not to be raised up in rank, but to have this wisdom.
Right.
The Lord gave me the opportunity to have, because He didn't have to. He could have selected somebody else in my family tree.
Right.
But He gave it to me. You know.
Right. All right, Khan. So if I could, Cap, what do your name mean?
It means the fire of Ephraim.
Fire of Ephraim.
Right.
Okay, so Captain Ahsh Ahparayam is the fire of Ephraim.
Right.
All right, so now you being an Ephraimite brother, okay, you are a pillar for Ephraim in the school because you are a captain that came out of what we call Puerto Rico, the poison of Puerto Rico, and came into what could be seen as predominantly black, right? And now
when you say predominantly black, I mean what could be seen?
Predominantly Negro. Now
where?
The UPK or the Brotherhood. When most people see it, when you first met it, it was predominantly black. Now we know that Ephraim or Puerto Ricos are black. We know that Ephraim and Puerto Rico are Negroes. I seen a Negro in Puerto Rico look just like 50 Cent.
Okay.
But most Puerto Rico, most Boricuas or
Boricuas, you said it right.
Boricuas, they feel as though we're different, right? So how did you jump that hurdle?
It was simple. I came out the Bronx, what I told you, right?
Right.
Who you think was there?
Black
people and Latinos,
right?
And we were doing the same thing. The only thing, it was just two different languages. Puerto Ricans was acting just like black people was acting just like Puerter Ricans.
Right.
How could you differentiate except the language barrier? You take that away, imagine if we all spoke Hebrew. Now you won't see a difference.
Right.
You see, okay, this is just another member of the family tree. That's why we act like this. That's why we here in this condition. You know what I'm saying? And then the Bible explains the reason as to why. You know, it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fault us on everything, on anything, our fault is that we didn't follow the laws. You know, but here we are. You know what I'm saying? But like the Lord promised, He's going to raise His prophets up in the last days. But here we are. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's what made me, like I told you earlier, right? When the brother said that blacks and Negroes, Puerto Ricans and Negroes would come up, you know, they're relatives. Like I said, I've always felt that. You know what I'm saying? It was just a thing that I couldn't pinpoint why until the UPK. And now that made it like it was like, imagine you thirst in a desert, and here comes this nice, cool, tall glass, ice-filled drink.
Right. You
drink that and you be like, oh man, I hit the spot. Well, that's what the UPK is like to me. It hits the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Kind. All right. So if I could, Cat, how would you define brotherhood?
brotherhood in the truth. Brotherhood in the truth is family. That's the best way I could do it. It's like a father and a child relationship. It's like two brothers that living in the same household, with the added rules and regulations on how to treat each other. You have families, right? You have fathers, mothers, brethren, siblings, but no truth. No real, like, yo, what to do if me and him have an argument. Well, in the truth, because what the Lord set up, you could fix a family issue. Right. Like if you offended me or I offended you, well, here's the solution. Go to each other. Right. For the sake of brotherhood, go to each other alone without gossiping and fix your problem. Right. And guess what? You fix your problem. And if it can't get fixed, well, there's a system in place to fix the problem, right? So it's like a family issues with righteous rules. Family with righteous rules, if I may. That's how I define the brotherhood.
All right, Cat. You got any secrets to your coquito?
Coquito?
Say.
Yeah, I'm not drinking one right now. No, piña colada is a Puerto Rican drink. It's invented in Puerto Rico.
Never knew that.
Yeah, now you know.
Shout out to the piña and the colada.
Listen. One day you gonna taste one of mine. Sofrito, I got sofrito.
You got sofrito?
You want?
Cat.
Homemade.
Cat, yo necesito sofrito.
Homemade.
Por favor.
You know what I'm saying?
Capitan. All right, Cat. Anything else you want to tell our two followers or 3 subscribers?
Well, I don't know if they speak English or Spanish, but here's
both. They speak both.
They speak both with chévere. Mira mi gente, right? Here's esto lo que hay, right? La verdad no se encuentra en ningún lugar, excepto en la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Let me bring it back in English. The truth, you're not going to find it anywhere else except in the ISUPK, in the Israelite School University of Practical Knowledge. You might think you could if you went to church, right? You might want to be part of their choir and start singing, but that's going to make you weak. Now, if you want to be a man, if you want to be part of a real family, if you want to function, not dysfunction, but function as a real family, there's only one place you're going to get it. And it's not in no other camp. It's not in the Christian church. It's not in the Muslim mosque. Only in the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana. You know why? Because he's following the protocols Christ set up. You know why? Because he's following the protocols that the Lord set up. And guess what? If I'm not mistaken, every car comes with a manual, right? Because the manufacturer knows what this car needs. Right? Well, guess what? The Lord knows what his people need. And right now they need the leadership. Right? Well, he gave them right now, for now, Commanding General Yohana. You better link up or go talk to T.D. Jakes and see the difference.
Right. All right, Cat. Well, that's it, man. Like, let's say, okay, let me ask you a question. What would you tell yourself 10 years ago?
10 years ago? Well, if you say 15 years ago.
15, what would you tell yourself?
10 years ago is when this journey started. Maybe, or a little bit over, but 15 years ago to 17 years ago, I'd have slapped myself silly.
God
like,
damn.
nigga, you stupid. Don't you know you walking down the wrong path?
Right.
If I would be able to see today, then, yo, I'd have been like, you see, this is what it really is. Because guess what? Deep down inside I knew, listen, ain't nobody going to tell me no different. Deep down inside, I always knew that ISUPK is the home of the truth. For real. Ain't nobody going to deter me from that. People have tried to keep it real, and I shut them down because I know.
All right, Cat. What I said. Anything else you want to tell the people out there?
Nah, just ISUPK.com, ISUPK Puerto Rico, ISUPK Philly, ISUPK. Oh, and don't forget, the Passover, April 24th. BH Ranch. Get in contact with any of Capt leaders within your zone to get all the information. $200 per person, 17 years and up, right? Per person, per family, right? Passover, and the following day, Feast of Unleavened Bread, and I'll see you there.
En español?
¿Ah?
En español.
Abril 24 en el Rancho BH en Houston, Texas, vamos a celebrar el holocausto del Señor, o algunos lo llaman Pascua del Señor, ¿verdad? Entonces, el próximo día, en el mismo lugar, el festival de pan sin levadura, ¿ok? So, $200 por cada persona, 17 años o mayor, right? Cada persona o familia, ¿ok? Y nos vemos ahí.
Gracias al capitán.
El capitán.
El capitán.
All right.
All right.
Shalom.
All right, Shalom, Marwan.
All right.
So we gotta represent for the culture. Niggas coming out here with all this funny color hair, skinny jeans and shit. Fuck that,
shit
nigga.
is
We taking it back
fucking
to the fringes. Motherfucking Spikes, nigga, representing for the Hebrews.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
real,
Angry
nigga,
Black
yeah.
Man Media,
That's
nigga.
how
We
we
getting
do
it there.
it.
We bringing that real shit back.
I
I match my guns with the sneaks. That's my fashion week. Go ask the streets. Dog, we got massive beef. We pass elite. Play this on blast, repeat. Let it go worldwide. Let the masses peep. I don't care if she thick or her ass petite. She want war with the D. She a casualty. Long as she don't got no limits like I'm Master P. Fucking bitches! Boom, dick style!
No, do that shit over again.
You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal it with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.